Hi everybody, excited to show you Grace's Cavapoos here and introduce you to them. So there'll be a little bit more description in the email of their personalities, but just want to give you an up close look on video and just talk a little bit about them. So I have Clover here and she is in the middle of the group as far as size. She's going to be wearing the purple collar in the video. She is our little explorer. She loves to wander around. She likes to explore new areas. She likes to be close to you. So she's going to be very social and interactive. Probably a little bit more energy than some of the others, but just overall a real sweetheart. And to show you her coat here, she's got some white underneath of her chin and on her chest, a little white on her toes here, and then of course a little white on her forehead. So this here is Millie. So very similar in size to Clover. She's been pretty playful so far, also a little bit more independent. Hasn't been requiring a lot of attention. Very playful with her siblings. Give you a little look at her coat here. She's got the black collar, a little white on her chin, not quite as much as Clover has, but some right there on the chest too. A little bit on the paws back here, but just a really sweet girl. Here is Maple, and she is the smallest girl in the litter. Looks similar in coloring to Clover and Millie. Kind of like a brownish coat. Has obviously white on her nose, on her forehead there, underneath her chin. So far, she's been a little bit more laid back, I would say overall. Maybe a little bit more cautious, just kind of feels you out a little bit more in the beginning. But of course, these are just 6-week-old puppies. She'll continue to develop and become a social, really social girl. So very sweet, not scared or intimidated, just maybe not quite as energetic as the first two. So this here is Remy. She's actually the biggest girl in the litter. Not a huge size difference, but just overall, just the biggest. You can tell she's a little bit darker in coat. She has the darker pink collar on in the video. Just a little white spot here underneath of her chin. A little soul patch there. A little bit more laid back so far. Not as quite as energetic. But very, she loves attention. So usually she's the one always looking for us when we approach. So just loves to see people, be around people. This here is Poppy. And like Remy, she has a similar reddish tinted coat. She's a little bit less curly than Remy, so a little more of a wavier coat probably. They're both going to be wavy, but Remy might end up getting a little bit more curl versus Poppy here. So here's your coat. On the medium size, if I didn't already say that. So far, personality, she's kind of been the sleeper of the group. She loves to take naps. She's usually the first one to fall asleep. A little bit on the calmer side as well. And a lot of them, that energy will come out over the next few weeks. But so far, been really calm and laid back. Okay, moving on to the boys here. Here is Finn. He's wearing the light blue collar in the video. He's got a lighter brown coat. Between the two boys, he's probably the most social and interactive. He just woke up from a nap, so he's a little bit more laid back now, but very playful and a little bit more independent so far. So yep, there's his chin, kind of a little bit of white here on the underneath on the chest. Okay, here's Murphy. He was supposed to be wearing the gray collar in the video. I think he knocked it off a little bit of the way through. So he's a little bit darker than Finn, a little bit bigger overall, a little bit more laid back and reserved than Finn is, not quite as energetic. Pretty solid brownish red everywhere. So maybe a little bit curlier coat than Finn is. Some big floppy cavy ears. Kind of a gentle soul.